Starting with Mizoram. The Election Commission has appointed Ashish Kundra as new Chief Electoral Officer of the state. A 1996 batch IAS officer, Ashish Kundra replaces SP Shashank with immediate effect. The decision to replace Shashank was taken after days of statewide protests by civil society groups against him. The protests were over transfer of state's Principal Secretary, Lalnan Muiwa Chaunga, on 2nd November after Shashank claimed he had interfered in the electoral process. Civil society groups also protested against Shashank's decision to allow the voting by Bru tribal lodged in Tripura camps and not in their respective constituencies in Mizoram. On 5th of November, Chief Minister Lalthan Hawla wrote to Prime Minister Modi demanding Shashank's removal. Protests outside Shashank's office in Aizawl were called off 2 days later after Shashank was summoned to Delhi last week. Off to Telangana, the Telangana police is adopting a multi-pronged strategy to check any Maoist threat in district bordering Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra. The strategies aim to thwart any desperate attack by outlawed CPI Maoists ahead of assembly polls in the state on December 7th. Police officials claim that Maoists may send their action teams in some areas to create trouble and sensation as they've been almost decimated in Telangana. Security has already been beefed up in the state for electioneering. Combing operations have been stepped up and roads have been cleared. Counteraction teams are also on the move. Central Armed Police Forces, State Forces, the Greyhound, the elite anti-Naxal force have been deployed to ensure free and fair elections. Security cover has also been provided to VIPs and politicians who are campaigning. 13 of 119 assembly segments have been identified as sensitive to left-wing extremism, where polling will be held on the 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Continuing with Telangana, Union Home Minister Rajnath Singh says country will be free from Naxalism in next 3 to 5 years. Addressing people rally in Raipur on Thursday, he said Naxalism is going through its last phase. This problem has been reduced from 90 districts to only 10 to 11. Home Minister said earlier, more security personnel used to get killed in the fight between Maoists, but now casualties on the rebel side are more, with forces having an upper hand. Singh appealed to Maoists that they should leave the path of violence and surrender. Benefits of rehabilitation policy will be given to surrendered Maoists.
पहले 90 जिलों में था, सिमट कर 9 जिलों में रह गए। ज्यादा समय नहीं लगेगा कि 3 से 5 साल के अंदर नक्सलवाद भी हिंदुस्तान की धरती से समाप्त होकर गए। और मैं अपील करना चाहता हूं, आज भी ऐसे सारे लोग हथियार छोड़कर समर्पण करें, उनके पुनर्वास की व्यवस्था सरकार करे। हम लोग किसी की जिंदगी नहीं लेना चाहते।
Rajnath Singh also addressed several rallies ahead of second phase of polls in Chhattisgarh on November 20th. Addressing rallies in Saraipalli and Sarangarh, Singh said the Congress and other opposition parties were grappling with the credibility crisis in poll-bound state with people losing faith in them. He also addressed rallies in Pratappur and Kota constituencies.
यही छत्तीसगढ़, मुझे याद है 15 साल, 100 में 36 घर थे, यहां पर बिजली पहुंची। पूरा गांव की तो बात छोड़ दीजिए, गांव के गांव साफ। डॉक्टर रमन सिंह को बधाई देना चाहता हूं बहनों भाइयों कि आज 98% घरों में बिजली पहुंचाने का काम यदि किसी मुख्यमंत्री ने किया है तो डॉक्टर रमन सिंह ने किया है।
Now, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath addressed several rallies in Chhattisgarh on Thursday. In an address, he said that after BJP came to power in 2003, the Raman Singh government created a milestone development and worked for the welfare of farmers, youth and all sections of society. He was campaigning for BJP candidate from Takatpur, Harshita Pandey, ahead of the second phase of polls in the state on November 20th. The Congress has fielded Rashmi Singh from the seat.
मोदी जी कहते हैं, डॉक्टर रमन सिंह भी कहते हैं, हम 100 रुपया भेजेंगे, ये 100 रुपया गरीब के खाते में जाएगा। ये 100 रुपया गरीब के खाते से कोई नहीं उठा सकता। ये 100 रुपया गरीब के खाते में जाएगा। गरीब के हक में कोई डकैती डालने का कार्य करेगा, उसकी जगह जेल होगी।
BJP Chief Amit Shah reached out to tribals in poll-bound Madhya Pradesh on Thursday. He informed them about several welfare measures being taken by the party-led government in the centre and the state. Speaking at rally in Barwani, which comprises 4 tribal-dominated assembly seats, he criticised Rahul Gandhi, saying Congress chief was suffering from Modi phobia. He claimed Congress had done no good for the tribals with the BJP sanctioned Indore Manmad rail route for them. Amit Shah also addressed rallies in Shahjahanpur, Barwani and Ujjain. The state will go to polls on November 28th.
हमारे यहाँ तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का नेता तय है। हम श्री शिवराज सिंह चौहान के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ने वाले। ये भी तय है कि शिवराज सिंह आज से 6 साल तक प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के नेतृत्व में मध्य प्रदेश का विकास करने वाले। मेरा जरा कांग्रेस के सभी लोगों से पूछना है, भैया ये बताओ कि आपका नेता कौन है, किसके नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ने वाले हो? अरे यार, मैं राष्ट्रीय नहीं पूछ रहा, मध्य प्रदेश का